Malcolm-Jamal Warner, dead at the age of 54 on a drowning accident while he was vacationing with his family in Costa Rica.
Against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time.
Beloved actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner passed away at age 54 on a family vacation in Costa Rica. Official reports confirm he drowned while swimming near his daughter. Fans erupted in grief online, sharing clips and heartfelt messages. Everyone agreed that Theo was gone too soon.
If I die tomorrow, I know I would go with a smile on my face.
But wait, something's not adding up. In the midst of the morning, comedian Katt Williams dropped a bombshell. In a fiery social media post, Williams flatly rejected the accident story. He told followers this was no random tragedy. He insisted it was planned. They wanted him out of the picture, he warned, hinting that Malcolm's latest podcast episode and final words held secret clues. Williams pointed out that Warner had been talking in cryptic terms recently, even joking that Malcolm was starting to talk like Prince, a chilling reference fans took as a hint of hidden messages. But here's where it gets worse. Katt rattled off vague clues and big names, saying the whole thing felt like a setup.
There are strong rip currents that are just bring them to the surface and give the emergency respirations.
Right there
In the water on the surface. Onto that, my friend rapidly took him into the beach and they immediately began CPR.
The tone was urgent and chilling, as if Katt saw forces at work that others couldn't. This isn't the first time Katt has sounded alarms about powerful people and Hollywood secrets. Now he's pointing at this case, and his message was crystal clear. Warner's death didn't make sense as an accident, because this isn't just about a drowning. This might be something far more sinister, a silencing that fits a long, cruel pattern hiding in plain sight. Before folks pretend this was just another washed-up child actor story, let's get one thing straight. Malcolm-Jamal Warner was cultural royalty. As Theo Huxtable, he represented something revolutionary, a young black man on primetime TV who was smart, flawed, funny, but never criminal or disposable. He wasn't some side character for cheap laughs. He was redefining what America thought black youth could be. And Malcolm took that role seriously. From age 14, he wasn't just acting, he was studying the business, sharpening his own direction. But that's not all. While so many from that era spiraled, Malcolm refined. Competent, classy, quiet, that's how he moved. And maybe that's exactly why the system stopped investing in him. Because when you've got talent and dignity, you're a threat to their playbook. So when you hear he drowned on vacation, think of who he was and why someone like that never got the roles, attention, or protection he actually earned. It gets even stranger. July 20th, 2025. Malcolm and his family are at Playa Grande in Costa Rica, a beach known more for its deadly rip currents than tourist selfies. No lifeguards, no real protection, just scattered warning signs blending into the background. Around 2 p.m., Malcolm ventures into the water with a friend. His daughter stays on shore. Let that sink in. Early headlines claimed he died trying to save her, but she never touched the water. That false detail? That's your first clue something's off. The ocean current grabbed both men. The friend survived. Malcolm, despite being athletic and careful, was pulled under. Witnesses say people tried desperately to reach him. CPR, defibrillators, nearly 45 minutes of effort. But he never came back. The autopsy called it drowning, an accident. But here's what they're not telling you. Locals say lifeguards had been mysteriously relocated that day. Some claim a shift error. Others aren't convinced it was random. This is where Katt Williams' warnings become terrifying. During recent interviews, he didn't hesitate. This wasn't just an accident. This was the industry doing what it always does, taking out the ones who can't be controlled. He referenced secret rooms black men get invited to in Hollywood, where decisions get made that have nothing to do with talent. Friendly smiles hiding silent tests. And if you don't play along, they don't play with you. But it gets worse. Malcolm refused. His whole career, he avoided stereotypical roles. Never wore a dress for laughs, never sold out for a bigger check. And that didn't just hurt his pockets. It made him a target. Katt said it plain. They wait for you to wander off the path, and then the waves come. Consider this. How many accidents have conveniently taken out Black celebs right when they were trying to build independently? And now Malcolm, right when he's launching new projects, swept away in ocean water with nobody to protect him. What makes this even more painful is where Malcolm was in life when it happened. Here's a man with decades of brilliance behind him, still fighting to get his work seen. His podcast, Not All Hood, wasn't backed. His poetry got almost no clicks compared to manufactured content. His net worth? $6 million. Sounds okay until you realize he helped shape a $500 million franchise. The industry didn't break him. It ignored him. He was buried in silence. But here's the part that'll break your heart. Look at how he loved his daughter. Not publicly, privately. No Instagram sponsorships, no red carpet moments. He protected her from fame. So that Costa Rica trip? It was a father making memories with the person who mattered most. And now imagine what that little girl saw. Her father entering the water, never coming back. A silent trauma that'll last forever. And it's not just Malcolm. This is a pattern. Orlando Jones, Terrence Howard, all pushed out for speaking up, all labeled difficult the moment they demanded dignity. Malcolm once said producers were tired of him by episode 88, just too short of syndication. That wasn't business. That was punishment. They don't cancel real ones loudly. They let you starve in silence. But here's what really burns. Suddenly, he's a legend. Malcolm's name is trending. Tributes flooding social media. Celebs who never worked with him posting long captions. Streaming services scrambling to promote old clips. All curated like he was always embraced. But where were they before? Where were the offers when he was still breathing? This is the same PR grief recycled through a machine that profits from Black Death. They rebrand him as treasure after treating him like a burden. The pattern is undeniable, and it's getting worse. Chadwick Boseman, fighting cancer in silence while Hollywood worked him to exhaustion, only called our king after death. Nipsey Hussle, building communities, buying back blocks, investing in Black futures, ignored by mainstream media until bullets silenced him. Then suddenly, he's a visionary. Michael Jackson, hounded, mocked, called every name imaginable while alive. The moment his heart stopped, icon legend, the greatest of all time. Whitney Houston, same story, criticized for her struggles, her voice, her choices. Dead, untouchable queen. Look at the living legends they're ignoring right now. Where's the support for John Amos, struggling with health issues? Where's the love for Robert Townsend, who spent his own money to make Hollywood shuffle because studios wouldn't back positive Black content? They'll wait. They always wait. Wait for the funeral to act surprised. Wait for the memorial to share memories. Wait for death to give respect. This system loves to praise when it's too late. They delay, dismiss, diminish, until the hashtag hits. Then suddenly, legends, icons, posthumous awards, hologram concerts, biopics starring actors who look nothing like them, documentary deals worth millions that their families have to fight in court to see pennies from. They profit off our grief while perpetuating the very system that caused it. Malcolm wasn't perfect. Nobody is. But he was real, consistent, a man with love in his heart, truth in his words, and a daughter he protected above everything else. He never sold out, never compromised his values, never let them reduce him to a stereotype. He respected the industry even when it disrespected him. He showed up professional, prepared, dignified, even when they gave him scraps. And now those who left him in silence are remixing his legacy for profit, acting like they always understood his worth. His death was preventable and bigger than one drowning. It's the latest chapter in a long, painful story of how authenticity is punished and compliance is rewarded. It's about how speaking truth becomes a liability, how refusing to degrade yourself becomes a death sentence. Because the way it's going, being real is dangerous. Having integrity is expensive. And by the time they lay the flowers on your casket, by the time they tweet your quotes, by the time they stream your work, it's already too damn late. Malcolm-Jamal Warner deserved better. His daughter deserved to grow up with her father. We deserved to see what else he could create. But the system decided otherwise. And until we stop accepting these accidents, stop believing these narratives, stop waiting until death to show love, it'll keep happening. The waves will keep coming, and the real ones will keep drowning while we watch from the shore, helpless and heartbroken, wondering who's next.